That was Real Big Fish for their video Sellout. Real Big Fish, basically like the biggest freshman band on the ska movement. This is MTV Skaturday. I'm Carson. Now listen, a lot of you know what ska sounds like, but you may not be sure where the name originated. Ska comes from, of course, Jamaica, and it was a word that they used to describe the sound a guitar would make. Now stick around. We talked a little bit earlier about how ska's really branched off into different arenas of music, like ska punk. And of course, from Northern California, one of the bands I think of is Rancid. So we're gonna see a video from Rancid. Also a band that's taken ska just into like the popular mainstream, No Doubt. So we'll see videos from both Rancid and No Doubt, and one of Gwen Stefani from No Doubt's favorite bands, Madness, when MTV Skaturday continues. That was New York City's own Stubborn All-Stars with Tin Spam. Now, the All-Stars really were like, they in the third wave of popularity for ska music, which is really like the late 80s, early 90s. They're one of the first ska bands to really start to make the music diverse. And then there's bands like Fishbone and the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, one of the first bands to start infusing their own style of music and mixing it with ska, like ska R&B, ska heavy metal, and ska rock. Coming up, we've got a Southern California band, Schlep Rock, and of course, we're going to check out, the band that's known for their biggest live performances, those ones where you're sweating and skanking. Fishbone's coming up as MTV Skaturday continues. That's a band I can tell you about. Carson on MTV, Goldfinger, here in your bedroom, the first video off their self-titled debut album. This is Skaturday. We're talking a lot about the music known as ska, which seems to be just so big now. Goldfinger, if you actually read their credits on that first record, you'll see that they got a lot of help from bands like the Voodoo Glow Skulls, Real Big Fish, and the Skeletones. All of that is a part of the third wave of ska. Now, the second wave of ska really started in about the late 70s, early 80s, when bands like the Specials and the English Beat were blowing up in the UK. Now, over here in the States, there's bands like the Toasters that really put ska music on the map, especially in the East Coast, like the New York City area. Now, coming up in just a few minutes, from Long Beach, a band that's obviously huge, Sublime. They've suffered the loss of the lead singer, Brad, but it is good to know that the rest of the guys in Sublime have gone on. They're playing with the Long Beach Dub All-Stars. That's the name of them. So stick around for Sublime. More of MTV Skaturday when we return. That was Suburbia from Schlep Rock, another ska band here in Southern California. That's kind of what we're talking about today. This is a ska special, Skaturday on MTV. Now, coming up in a few minutes, actually, I got to give you this little bit of useless ska trivia. Schlep Rock got their name from, remember those cavemen in the Flintstones? Try that one at a dinner party, you know what I'm saying, kids? Now, when you think of ska, and you think of a band from the San Francisco area who took punk and mixed it with ska, and then they got some of those wacky hairdos, kids. You know those guys? Rancid is coming up after the break as MTV Skaturday continues. How you doing? Carson Daly, MTV Skaturday. I am your tour guide to the music known as ska. Still coming up, we've got some videos from Madness, the Untouchables, and a new band out of Detroit, kind of along the lines of Rancid, the Suicide Machines. Now, when you think of ska, think of the godfathers of ska, the Specials. They were part of what was called the two-tone movement, which was something their fans would wear to their shows. They would take black and white thread, and they'd wear those cool jackets that you see a lot of people wearing. Now, from 1979, from their self-titled debut album, which was produced by Elvis Costello, let's check out the Specials doing a remake of the 60s anthem, Message to You, Rudy, on MTV Skaturday. If I can jump right in here.
But I haven't yet. That's the impression that I get.
Today we're paying tribute to the music form known as ska. I'm Carson Daly from Motel California on MTV. And you're going to see a video in just a few minutes from Madness and the Untouchables. We just saw the Boss Tones. That was their breakthrough hit, The Impression That I Get. So keep it here for more Ska Mania on Skaturday on MTV. Here we go. Dance through the crowd. It's MTV's Skaturday here at Motel California. I'm Carson Daly. This is actually a very cool day what we're doing. We're making MTV dig up some of those old ska videos. We're talking a lot about the continual movement of music known as ska, which is cool. We've talked a lot about how bands like Rancid and the Suicide Machines are really taking ska to like the punk route. And then there's bands like Sublime and No Doubt that have taken ska to the pop route. Next, we're going to see a video from a classic. I mean, what's there to say about the band Madness? This is from their 1983 album, self-titled, and it was the band's first #1 British single. Here's Madness with House of Fun.